Hi, welcome to Gab with Shabby. I'm your host, Selena Baldwin. This is my co-host, Chris Gray, and together we co-own the Shabby Alpaca. And today we have a really fun series of videos for you. We are going to do our frequently asked questions. Now, what I think would be fun is if you be the customer, and you ask the question the way that the customer asks it.
I think you should be the customer and not answer, at least on the stuffed animals.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Okay.
What if I don't like your answer and I don't think it reflects our brand?
Well, then you just cut.
I'm just kidding. I've already told her what all the answers are. So she can't get it wrong at this point.
I have notes.
Okay, so the first question, which is definitely a question that you should answer, that we always get from our customers, is this. Do you guys have an alpaca farm?
Oh, that question. I thought.
Oh, jeez.
I think you should start over.
No. Do you guys have an alpaca farm?
No, we do not.
No?
No.
Oh.
No. However, I used to raise alpacas. I worked for several big farms, and my husband and I managed alpaca farms. The biggest one we managed had 400 alpacas on it.
Wow.
One of the things that we encouraged at all the farms we went to is to be sure that you market alpaca products.
Okay.
So we would always have a farm store or do farmers markets or something, and we would market alpaca products. That's how Selena and I got into this business, and now we have this business. Maybe you want to talk about how that happened.
Yeah, so when I answer the question, I usually just say, no, we just do the retail. Is retail the right word? We just do the product, retail.
Do the markets.
We just sell the stuff.
Yeah.
But my mom used to have an alpaca farm, and then if they really are interested, then I would just share a little bit about how we got into this, which is, I don't know if you guys have heard, but I had 3 kids in 8 months, which was a major life change.
Read her 70 blogs.
You can read 70 blogs about this, which was a big life-changing event for me. And while I was raising funds for adopting our kids, which is how we had 3 kids in 9 months, we adopted 2 and had a surprise pregnancy. I was doing little craft shows, and I was originally just like making things, but she was working on an alpaca farm at the time and suggested a couple of cool products that I could inexpensively purchase and then resell. So I got into, like, I used to sell the little felted items and sock monkeys, and I kind of think that's actually all I started with. I didn't have any apparel or anything like that. But then once she moved here after we had the 3 kids, and then she kind of said, hey, do you want to keep doing this? You know, I know how to get alpaca products and we could do it together. So that was in 2013. I would say like July is kind of our inception date, because that's about when you moved here. It was July of 2013. So since July of 2013, we've been selling the products. And I do want to just ask you, since we have a couple minutes, what do you miss the most about alpaca farming? Because I think a lot of people who come to the booth are really interested in that aspect of, you know, our product. What do you miss about alpaca farming?
I miss 3 things. I miss birthing season when the babies are born. It's also breeding season, and I always enjoyed being able to match up the lines that we would match up. I really miss shearing. Most people who are alpaca farmers hate shearing because it's so hard to do. It's just a whole long day where you're taking, it's your harvest, so you're taking the fleece off the animal, and then you got to do something with it. Over the years, we really developed a good way of doing that, and it was just my favorite day of the year. The third thing I miss is, the question is, what do I miss?
What do you miss about alpaca farming?
Okay.
Ranching alpaca. What do you miss about having alpacas?
Yeah, okay. I miss the shearing, birthing, and mentoring people. I think I probably missed that the most, because the last farm I was at, that was actually our main focus, was to mentor people into owning and taking care of alpacas, and I really miss that.
Do you remember the time that a lady came up to the booth and she wanted to, so there's people who come up and they say, oh, I just want to have alpacas one day so much. And she came up and she said, so all I need is like a bale of hay, right? Is it a little more complicated than that?
More complicated.
A little more, yeah. So you do need a little more than that. But to sum up, our frequently asked question number 1, we do not currently have an alpaca farm. I think if we were to like extend out our life to a dream life, I think we would have a small farm with, you know, some animals, and then definitely a big focus on the retail.
Yeah, really nice farm store.
Yeah, a really nice
Yeah.
farm store. Because we really do, you know, they are an amazing animal, and it is fun to show people the actual animal.
Right.
So, you know, if we're dreaming 10 years from now, maybe that's where we're heading. But for now, we just sell the product. So that's frequently asked question number 1. We'll be back with frequently asked question number 2, and we just want to thank you for gabbing with Shabby.